Hello, everybody, again from Simplyfoodea YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your great comments and your great feedback. Let's continue our documentation related to the records in the HACCP plan. All these we are in the last principle of the HACCP plan, which is the record keeping and documentation. So, related to the verification and validation, I will start with the calibration. So, what are the benefits of providing verification and validation in your HACCP plan, which is forms an evidence for the functioning correctly of the procedures, either the calibration or the audit reports and the system reviews, while ensuring our ongoing compliance effectiveness with the different food safety standards. Okay, so related to the calibration, your table it's preferred to look like, which is the calibration logs, which is the secrets of the calibration logs. So the date is the date of the calibration. Okay, what are the equipment you are calibrating? What are the calibration parameter? For example, you are having the pasteurization report. So when you bring the pasteurization report, you will find that there is aspects and there is criteria in the pasteurization thermometer, for example. So the accuracy, for example, plus or minus zero point 0.5 Celsius. So these are the parameter of the calibration of the equipment. So you are, for example, you are calibrating the thermometer in the pasteurization process, or you are verifying the sensitivity in the X-ray machine, for example, in our CCPs. The calibration parameter, we mention it. What are the, mention as the tolerance of the device. What are the calibrated value? The calibrated value, it means either it's passed or failed the calibration process. What are the action taken if it is past the calibration process? So it is fine, no action taken. But if it fail in the calibration, so you need to recalibrate the device and call for the maintenance for the device itself. Okay. Calibrated by whom? You must mention who have calibrated this device and his position. Who will verify the calibration process? Okay, it's preferred to a superior position. The next due date, which means the next date for calibration of this device. For example, you are calibrating this device every week, so the next date of the calibration will be a week from now. Okay, the deviation observed, yes or no. So when we find any deviation, we must mention either we have observed this deviation or not. If there is any additional notes, okay, what are the frequency of calibration you mention here? You can write the frequency of calibration beside the next due date. For example, you will mention here on a monthly basis, so the next due date will be after 30 days. The calibration procedure, this calibration procedure evidence or procedure. So you are mentioning how you are calibrating this device. You are switching off a key, then you are putting some kind of tools, then you dismantle something, then you put some this and that. So these are the procedure of the calibration of your device. For example, the metal detector in the food and beverage or the FMCGs companies, there is three experimental sticks, which is ferrous, which is non-ferrous, and the stainless steel. So you are in this procedure, you are mentioning how we are calibrating the device by putting the ferrous stick on the mid of the conveyor, then let it pass, then wait for the rejection of the machine or the this metal detector. Okay, what are the corrective actions taken if there is any deviation, and what are the documentation reference? For example, in our orange juice example from Simplyfoodea YouTube channel, if you have the log for the pasteurization, so you must mention that if there is any deviation, if there is any deviation either in the X-ray, either in the pasteurization equipment, so you must mention what are the reference document or the document of the calibration itself. So these are all the comprehensive part of the calibration, which is very important. All the calibration part related to the HACCP plan in this part. Then for the pasteurization, for example, verification checklist looks like. So we are mentioning that the pasteurization verification of it as an CCP number one, the frequency of verification, the method of verification, the records of verification, and what are the responsibilities. And you can mention and view in the description of this tutorial, you will find the previous video or the previous tutorial describing the verification and validation of different CCP and OPRB. And also we'll mention in the verification, we have mentioned the microbiological testing. We have answered all these questions, the calibration process, the audits, the record keeping procedures for pasteurization, the sensory evaluation, and the equipment maintenance records. So these are the aspects of the verification for your pasteurization. And to the validation, I have mentioned here as an example. And for the validation, there is the validation of pasteurization, also the same for pillars. What are the frequency, the method, the records, and the responsibilities? And what are the verification part in the pasteurization? We have mentioned the scientific research from reputable resources, the microbiological testing, third-party validation, benchmarking, risk assessment, historical data analysis, and employee training records. These are some kind of an example for the verification and validation report in or record in your HACCP plan. In the description, you will find all the related tutorials for the two OPRPs, the filtering and the sorting, and the two CCPs we are having in our example, which is the X-ray and the pasteurization. So here I have mentioned all the calibration logs, and in the upcoming video or in the upcoming tutorial, I will talk about the audit reports, which is very, very critical. Please don't leave without any comment, like and share my content, and best of luck of all of you, and goodbye.